Trading is the most lucrative skill set you can learn in 2024. If you're brand new to this channel, my name is Rob Donahoe. I'm a 21-year-old full-time Forex trader, managing 7 figures worth of capital through funding. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down step by step exactly how I would become a professional trader if I was starting brand new in 2024. But the first question I've got to answer is, why would you even get into trading? If you don't know how trading works, it's basically buying and selling at different prices within a certain market. So for me, I'm purely a Forex trader, and I actually only trade one pair within Forex, which is called GBP USD. Now, this pair alone has meant that I've managed to reach ridiculous levels with prop firms, hitting things like FTMO leaderboards, managing ridiculous amounts of money at the mere age of 21. And there's no reason that you can't do the exact same thing. Luckily for me, I knew I wanted to start trading at a very young age, and there is a lot of stigma around trading because of the amount of people that fail in it. Now, this video isn't me telling you that this is easy by any means. Trading is an extremely hard skill, but nothing worth doing is easy anyways. In my opinion, trading is the ultimate skill set for time, financial, and location freedom. There's some months where I literally take a couple trades during the entire month and hit ridiculous amounts of profit. Because in trading, more doesn't mean better. Take last week, for example. I only took 2 trades on my 200k funded ACG account, and I even lost one, but still managed to make $4,000 profit from realistically about 5 hours work. And when I say work, I mean clicking a button. Now, obviously that's years in the making to get to the skill set where you know when to click those buttons. But in this video, I'm gonna help you do exactly that and get that skill set. I also managed to make that money whilst on holiday in Tenerife. If you haven't watched it already, I definitely watched last week's video, which is basically exactly that. Now, there's 3 things that I'd qualify a person as someone who's actually willing to start trading properly. 1 is a strong stream of capital, and that capital coming in consistently. Now, when I say strong stream, I mean anything upwards of £2,000 a month without ridiculous amounts of expenses, meaning that you might have £500 to £1,000 spare each month. The reason I say that is because usually people may try and get into trading when they have absolutely no capital, and realistically it's a risk-on adventure. You do need capital to start trading. Luckily, with funding, it's a lot more accessible. You don't need tons of money to start trading. For me, my first 100k account cost me about £400, and it then got refunded to me on my first payout. But I would say to keep pressure off when you are trading, having that extra stream of income is very useful. The second requirement is having the correct mindset coming into trading. Trading by no means is a get-rich-quick scheme, and if you come into it thinking that it is, you will lose all your money. I speak to thousands of people coming into trading, and I've spotted clear trends in the ones that succeed and the ones that don't. People with a poorly disciplined and low patient mindset often fail or take longer to hit the goals that they need to because they're skipping the next point, and that is education. Trading is already extremely hard. Without getting proper education, you're making a hard skill set even harder to obtain. Rather than putting thousands of pounds into a personal account or into prop firms without actually knowing what you're doing, ideally, you should be putting that money into your skill set and your actual value as a trader. That's what I did after I experienced a harsh first year in trading, very much learning that there is a lot of money in the industry, but that I didn't really know what I was doing. Until I started investing into education, properly researching the skill set of trading, and like I said, taking the skill set seriously rather than the byproduct, which is money. So those are the 3 things that you need, and if you don't have them, I would stop watching the video right this second. Now, let's break through what you actually need to get started trading in 2024. Also, if you haven't already, please do like the video and subscribe. I'm going to try and fill as much value throughout this YouTube through the next few months, so it's definitely worth clicking that subscribe button. The first things that you need to learn as a trader are just the basics. I'm not even going to go into the apps that you need yet because you should be focusing on gaining the skill set. You can easily find basic information from free courses like Baby Pips or even from YouTube. The things that I would focus on are simple things like pips, leverage, market structure, risk management, candlesticks, buying, selling pressure, trade management, sessions, and then I would start looking into more advanced concepts if you're wanting to, such as supply and demand, liquidity, specific entry models, execution types. trading imbalances in the market, identifying clear time and price. These are just some examples of key concepts you can use to create a strategy when you're trading. Now that you realize that you have to research that stuff first, I'm now going to talk through the apps that you need, whether it's on PC or your phone. So the first one is TradingView. TradingView is where you're going to be doing your entire technical analysis, determining where you're actually going to be placing positions, direction of the markets, your reading of price action, etc., etc. It's very beginner friendly, and I don't mind making a video on top of this going through exactly what I use within TradingView and exactly how I use them. Drop in the comments if you would like that video. Second app you'll need is one of three: MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, or TradeLocker. Another alternative is CTrader. Now these apps are all where you actually place your trades and also manage risk. So the amount of lots you're using, which will determine the amount of leverage you're using, where you'll place your stop loss, where you place your take profit, where you can see your margin, your balance, your equity, and where you can execute your positions through different types of orders, be that a limit, stop, or execution. Again, I will be making a video specifically on execution types in the coming weeks. The third app you need, and again you can choose on which app you use, is basically an economic calendar. So you can use things like MyFXBook, Forex Factory, etc., etc. Now the reason we need an economic calendar is because that is going to tell you when the big red folder news is incoming into the market. During these periods you're going to see huge influxes of volatility. This means if you're trading, especially with a prop firm, that there's a high chance that if you get slipped out, you'll be slipped out by a lot. And what slippage is basically closing you out past where your stop loss or take profit is. Because price is giving you different readings for your chart and where it's actually moved so quickly that the broker has stopped you out at a different price. Now this can be a ridiculous amount of money if you aren't managing risk, or if you're not able to read the news and actually identify that there is big volatility coming into the markets at that time. Big news to look out for is FOMC, CPI, PPI, NFP, and there's a few more that you should be looking out for. Typically news is normally at 130 for the dollar, so if you see a massive increase in volatility then, that is usually due to news. The last app that I consider a necessity for newer traders is something like Stenu or even MyFXBook, which you can use to calculate your lot sizes. So this means you aren't risking more or less than you were hoping to when entering the position. You can calculate your lot sizes by entering your account balance, putting the percentage of risk you're willing to put on this trade, and the amount of pips that you're going to give your stop loss in terms of your entry and where you're looking to get stopped out if the trade goes against your direction. Okay, so that is it for the apps you absolutely need. There are a few ones that will benefit your trading even further, such as Notion or TradeZella, any sort of journaling app that you can use, because journaling is very important. Any prop firm apps like FTMO or broker apps like IC Markets. But other than that, they are the standard apps that you would need. Now, let's actually move on to what's going to create you a consistent stream of income from the markets. And that is a strategy. In my experience, creating a strategy is building up clear confluences in a criteria that you then backtest and build a good sample size from. Can identify a clear win rate with a clear average risk to reward, and then you can then forward test on a demo account. The reason that we don't go straight onto a live account is because you are still very much a beginner trader. Trading live capital as a beginner can be very harsh on your psychology, and you can easily make a lot of mistakes, such as over-trading, over-risking, under-trading, under-risking. Trading a demo gets rid of those psychological barriers and means that you can just trade that strategy, collect more data and feel confident within your strategy to actually then approach the live market without doing those things. Now, trading live or demo are two completely different beasts, but at least it will get you used to actually reading live price action, which is a big difference from back testing and forward testing. Now, strategies come in all shapes and sizes. Majority of them do work, but the issue is the trader normally can't stick to them. So what I've done is I created my strategy and then I just kept refining it, journaling it, making it better and better, higher and higher quality, and now improve you as a trader, rather than skipping from strategy to strategy to strategy without ever actually committing to one because it's had one or two losses. Now, a strategy can be as simple as trading just support and resistance with good risk management, or it can be advanced as looking for a sweeper liquidity, a premium order block that has created a fair value gap, a change of character, and is unmitigated with bias being tapped. A lower time frame execution model with a huge fair value gap created and a mitigation of 50% of that fair value gap to take a trade. Now, as a new trader, I don't expect you to understand exactly what I just said. And like I said, they don't have to be ridiculously in-depth, but you as a trader need to know it off by heart and stick to it as long as you've got the data behind it and you know that you can trade it. Because all strategies go through losing streaks, winning streaks, and it's never going to be a straight line like that in trading, because no one wins every single trade they take. Okay, now once you have built your strategy, you've tested it, and you know that you're happy to trade it live, the next step is to actually get funded. Now, me personally, I had not much money at all coming into trading. I was very young with a minimum wage job and a poor mindset doing God knows what on weekends. Trading gave me that stability and that focus to stop doing all of that. It meant that I saved a bit more money and just purely focused on trading. Now, one thing that completely accelerated my journey was prop firms. Being able to deal with multi-six-figure accounts means that you can only take a small amount of positions or hit a small percentage of profit a month and still make way more than I was making in my minimum wage job. For example, if you put £400 into a personal account, you would need to make around 400%, including your balance, to hit £2,000 in 1 month. And realistically, you're very unlikely to do that without losing all your money. So the alternative is putting that £400 into a prop firm, getting a $100,000 challenge, hitting that 10% profit or 8% profit for the first phase, and then the 5% in the following phase. Once you are then funded, you will only need to be hitting around 2% a month to gain the same amount that 300-400% would be doing on that personal account. Plus, you would get refunded as well. The beauty of trading a funded challenge is that you're risking none of your own capital once it is funded and once you're past that first payout. And even hitting 1% a month on something like a 300K challenge is giving you a solid income that you can further scale into your personal account or into more funding. For me, this meant I could scale to a ridiculous level with prop firms and manage much more capital than anyone my age would be able to otherwise. Now, I'm not affiliated to any prop firms as of yet. Doesn't mean I haven't had offers for it, but obviously it is a dangerous space with certain prop firms going under at the minute. From my experience, the best ones that I've encountered is FTMO and currently Alpha Capital Group. Now, I have had a few conversations with other prop firms coming about that may or may not already be established, such as Co-Funded, Goat-Funded Trader, and a few others that do look very promising. I always say to my community that it's best for me to just try them out first before suggesting them out. Now, I want to stress that none of this is financial advice. It's just my humble opinion on the best way to get started in trading and the prop firms that I've personally had a good experience with. Now, this video is not enough in the slightest to become an extremely good trader. A lot of hard work and a lot of time dedicated on the charts and your learning with this framework can absolutely work, but the best way to shortcut that is actually get proper education. Now, I spent a lot of money on courses and they did help because they gave me a step-by-step blueprint of exactly what I need to learn in the order of which I need to learn it. However, we've seen much better results and more success by offering one-to-one mentorship. So not only do we offer that blueprint mentioned, but having 6 and 7 figure traders there with you the entire journey, telling you exactly what you're doing correct, what you're doing wrong, things that you can refine, going through your journal, going through your trades, going through your funded approach, making sure you're not losing money when you're gaining the skill set and then making as much money when you have the skill set. That is what we pride ourselves in at Woke Effects. We are currently priced at the cheapest we are ever going to be. I'm extremely proud of the community we've created and the results that we've gotten. If you are looking to take trading extremely seriously and learn this skill set from funded traders themselves with all the evidence in the world, then in the bio below we will have a link to book a call directly with myself. In that call we can go through your experience of trading, your goals with trading, and formulate a bit of a plan to get you there. I cannot stress spots are extremely limited because it is actual mentorship. You're not just joining a course which we can mass sell and then leave you out to dry as soon as you join. We're very much accountability partners. And so far the results have proven its worth. Take Jay and Sal for example. Sal was in uni literally a year ago. He started with us around a year and a half ago, basically brand new to trading. And literally last week he moved to full-time as a full-time trader, managing 6 figures worth of capital, and is now a uni dropout. The person he moved out there with, so Jay is now a multi-6-figure funded trader, trading from Thailand full-time, and he actually didn't drop out of uni, he just left his job, which is incredible to say you've achieved that within a year and a half of doing something. And it's not just Sal and Jay that we can use as examples. We've got countless results from our mentorship program, such as Eli, Riley, Jesse, Dan M, Jordan, Brian, Graham, Samir, Hussein, Ewan, Tom, Will, Andrew, and even more than that, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. So apologies if I missed you out. But those are just examples of what you can achieve within just a year and a half max, because that's how long we've been as a brand new trader. This video is made to help you get as much insight as possible on the process that I believe is best to working towards becoming a profitable trader. However, the mentorship is used to just fast track that basically and make sure that you're getting the sound knowledge from someone who's already done it. Because you could watch countless amounts of videos and it might not actually be helping you and you might not even realize that. Might be looking at the wrong things, might be jumping from strategy to strategy. But then one call with someone who's actually done it all can go through your exact weaknesses, your route to actually seeing success, your criteria, your previous trades, your back testing, so much, your funded approach, and that could just shortcut months of unnecessary wasted time. But yeah, the last point that I wanted to leave you with that is crucial to your development is journaling and being as self-reflective as possible. Now, even me, almost 5 years deep in this career, I still have days where I mess up. I still don't stick to every single rule I've got in place. Yes, it's not very often, but it still happens. And to be a good trader, you need to constantly be working on yourself. It's you versus you every single day. I always say that money is a byproduct of being a valuable person. If you've got a skill set and you're constantly self-improving and you're improving as a human and a trader, you'll get better results as a byproduct of that. So as a new trader, like I said before, you should be absolutely focusing on the skill set, on the education. And by journaling your trades and getting data from your winners and your losers, spotting trends in where you're going wrong and where you're going right, will only mean that you refine down your strategy to an even better way of trading. And that you're much more accountable when taking positions. Now listen, I hope this has given you this step-by-step way to actually become a good trader. If you did find this insightful, please do subscribe, hit the like button, means more than you can imagine, and have a good year trading, guys.